We didn't, but the hotkeys didn't work, which is great. Because Kvatch isn't far away, I'm just gonna walk there. Weeps! Ouch. And we're going to kill ourselves if we jump there. But I think we are not close. I'm going to just... Okay, we were close, but it would have been quite a distance still, so... Alright. And we should definitely repair our sword. Raids have come to an end, or should come to an end. So... Kvatch should soon flourish. Process, or whatever your name was.
Well met.
It's done.
Bandits, you say?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, at least you took care of them.
I did, indeed.
I'll see if we can recover the stolen supplies, or have new ones shipped immediately. Thank you, my friend.
No problem.
Construction is progressing, but we may have to close the city down for a week. Now, I know you can handle yourself, but we've already lost one worker to a head injury. If you were hurt, who'd help us out when we need it?
That is a good question indeed. Who would? So, see you soon, guys. And see you guys after the cut. Friend?
Process has another message for you. Probably another errand. I saw the progress on Kvatch and it's impressive.
Can't wait
I'm
to see.
told none of it would be possible if it wasn't for you. I'd like to
thank
think I have a hand in it as well. Delivering these notes and all. Well, good luck.
Thank you, Ilnori. He's fast as always, but kind of confused lately. So, another note from Procus, letter from... Oopsie. My friend, Kvatch is looking great, but something is missing. Flowers. Kvatch used to be a beautiful city, not just its architecture, but its flora and fauna as well. There's a gardener who lives just outside Anvil, in Sapling Manor, who is a real genius. He's retired. His name is Godras. Nobody is sure why he suddenly retired, but you need to convince him to come out of retirement long enough to help us rebuild the city. Procus, Chief Architect, Kvatch. So. Falling flowers. Procus Duaris wants me to find Godras, a retired gardener who lives just outside of Anvil. I need to meet this man and convince him to help Procus rebuild Kvatch. Apparently, his retirement was very sudden. Let's see what's this all about. Let's go to Kvatch. Why not? The place where we have our... Actually, this is... We only have one house or home, and this is this one. We haven't actually bought another one in this whole play. Although in Skyrim we had like 300 episodes, and also just bought one house, whatever. So it's kind of the same. I never buy these expensive things because they are expensive, and money always has been scarce in... What am I doing? Scarce in the Elder Scrolls games, so I think I just keep my money and spend it on some... Huh?
Hello.
Where do I have to go? If you say so, map. If you say so. Alright, let's just wander all around the city and meet this gardener. I've also sold the armor and stuff we've just gathered before the cut from these bandits, and repaired everything we had, and also bought some more healing potions. And now we are good to go, I think. Alright, here's a house. Oh, it's beautiful. Really it is. Sapling Manor. Or something. Don't know. Hello? Where is the gardener? Here you are. Hello, Steam interface, please go away.
Hail.
Gardeners.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. Your voice is deeper than I expected. I have been looking for you.
You've been looking for me.
Yes.
Well, you found me.
What do you want?
I want you to grow some flowers. Kvatch needs your services.
Yes, I've heard about the plans to rebuild Kvatch. Sorry, but I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. I simply can't concentrate on beauty anymore. I haven't been able to for 8 years.
Why is that? What happened 8 years ago?
Belvin, my beloved, died. I can't remember how. All I remember is that she fell from the lighthouse on a Sunday. I can't remember the details. I can see them, but I just can't. Since that day, I haven't been able to create gardens like I used to. So you see, I'd be of no use to you or the people of Kvatch. Please, leave me be. This conversation has dredged up some old thoughts and feelings that I'd prefer to be alone with.
Falling Flowers. Quest updated. I found Godras, but in his current state remains little of a genius gardener that Procer spoke of. His wife Belwyn fell from a lighthouse here in Anvil and died. He doesn't seem to remember the details of the incident. Perhaps I should ask around and see if any townfolks have known or know anything about this that may be useful. Let's ask the old shitty townfolk. Oh, non-rude. Mine! Tips! Oh, don't ramble. Let's see if any townfolk is still shouting up. There is hello.
Speak, citizen.
So, do you know anything about Balvin's death? Apparently, she fell from a lighthouse.
We see.
They seem to have forgotten something.
I'm saving up and...
Yep. Do you know? I've heard rumors about the... Thank you. That worked well. I have discovered that the ghost of a female wood elf can be seen near the lighthouse on Sundays. I can only assume it is the ghost of Belvin. Maybe I can speak with her myself. Let's go to the lighthouse and see for ourselves. So it is Cyrodiil. Mondras, I don't know the days. How I call it. Fredas. I think it's Friday. So Fredas, Saturdays, and I don't know. Probably yes. Probably this is Friday, and probably after that comes something like Saturdays, or I don't know. And then comes Sundays, and then we'll see and talk to the ghost. Also, this is not the spot where we should wait. This is a spot. Alright, let's wait till, Sundays? I always forget the names. Lourdes. Really? Lourdes? Why not? I haven't read the law. And this is waiting like, for me, if I have to wait till, Ignor arrives. But a funny thing is that the more FPS you have, the shorter the wait is. So I'm running with 30 right now because of a frames lock I have. But if you run it with like 2000 FPS because you're not recording, it just goes like buttery smooth. I don't know. So it's Sundays. It's early in the morning. Let's see if it works. It's night. Belvin.
Greetings, stranger. What brings you to see me?
Cool effect. What happened 8 years ago?
My death was partially his fault. We were at the top of the lighthouse. He was pointing out some areas of the town that he intended to spruce up. That's was when he accidentally knocked into me.
Oh.
The wind picked up, I lost my balance and fell. It seems, in all the distress, that he's forgotten what happened. Please tell Godras I forgive him for what happened. Here, give him this pendant. He bought it for me on our wedding day. Please look after him.
How is it possible that an immaterialized ghost can give us something materialized? I don't get this. But, however... Castle Anvil, what does it... There's actually no quick way to get there, so just take the long way and walk around the town, why not? This way. Alright, so we can tell him what happened, give him a pendant, and hopefully this is going to help him to overcome this incident and hopefully be a genius in designing gardens again like Martha Stewart would. Is she doing gardens? I don't know what she's... I think she's doing furnace... furniture, not furnishing furniture, sorry. She's doing furnishing, of course. Because she's a blacksmith, as we all know. The best blacksmith in town. Wow, gotta laugh about one's own jokes. That's bad.
Back again.
Yes. So I have the answer now. What happened 8 years ago?
Yes. Yes, I remember.
What? All of a sudden you just remember? Really?
My sweet Balvin.
You probably told him.
I'm so sorry.
She asked me to give you her pendant.
Her pendant?
Yes.
I gave this to her quite a long time ago. When I hold this, it's as if I can feel her again. Thank you, my good friend. Thank you very much.
No problem. But Kvatch needs your service now.
Yes, certainly. I will surely help you out. I have a feeling this will be my finest work. I'll set out immediately.
Oh, that's great, thank you. Alright. Oh, wrong quest. Oh, we have completed the quest, alright. The letter was removed. And there's no quest, so... I would say, let's wait another week and see you after the cut.
Greetings again, my friend. I hope I find you well. Savlian has a matter that he wants to speak to you about. Don't know what it is myself, as the city is almost rebuilt. Perhaps this letter will tell you more.
Interesting, thank you. Alright, letter from Savlian Martius. My dear friend, Kvatch is once again looking like a proud and glorious city she is. There are only few areas of a city that haven't been rebuilt. You should be proud of what you have helped us achieve. However, there is a matter that is still weighing heavily on my mind, a matter I am reluctant to discuss in great detail in this letter, but I will say it involves the future guidance of Kvatch. Please come to the Wolf's Head and see me soon, and I will tell you more. Alright. Let's go to Kvatch, see how it looks, how it evolved, to which extent it already has been rebuilt. Savlian's note was intriguing. I'm still not entirely sure what the problem is exactly, but it must be something to do with the Count Goldwine. With his death, Savlian has had to lead the city through the Oblivion crisis, which must be a great burden even for someone as strong-willed as Savlian. So let's find out what his exactly problem or matter is which he wants to discuss with us. So let's wait till morning. It's 10, which should do. Hopefully it's not raining. Come on. Well, it's foggy, but at least. Alright, let's see how Kvatch is looking now.
Hail, Sir Knight.
because it's foggy, you can see all its glory, but it looks great. You can see this is rebuilt. There are, again, there's a mage guild. There's the castle is in its in all its glory again. There are houses. Not everything though. I think this is going to be something that Kvatch had some time ago. I don't want to spoil that much, but there are houses full with people. But I love this. I love rebuilding stuff in games that has been destroyed, no matter if it was in the game by default, so it is a normal quest to rebuild stuff, or if it is a mod like this. I think it's just really a really cool thing. And this reminds me, on Assassin's Creed I want to climb up there. But, Savlian.
Ah, my good friend. I'm glad to see you. I have something very important I wish to speak to you about.
My friend, speak.
When the castle was being restored, one of the builders found a book under the rubble in the Count's quarters. The book is an autobiography of someone who goes by the pen name of Ilnori, and they appear to have had a dark past. I found an old note in the book, in Count Goldwine's handwriting. It seems to indicate that the Count thought that Ilnori was his lost child, Ardenar. I had no idea the Count had any living children, but he ruled Kvatch for as long as I can remember, and his wife died before I started serving her. Still, Kvatch needs someone to lead her into her future. I will serve as I can, but I am wearied by the events that have come to pass, and could not become a leader despite the support of Kvatch. I know I have already asked a lot of you, but if you could follow up the leads Count Goldwine had on Ilnori, I would be most grateful. The Count's notes suggest they are residing near Cyrodiil. Please, would you mind going there and see what you can find?
Of course, I see what I can do.
I knew I could count on you. Ask around Cyrodiil and see if you can find Ilnori, and determine if he is indeed Ardenar. Hopefully you can persuade him to rule as is his right. If not, at least ask him to come and speak to me.
The Trials of Ilnori added. The Count's notes on the Trials of Ilnori. Because I think this is a short Let's Play, we should read and have a look at everything we can get. So let's read the Trials first and then the note of the Count. Is it long? My dear. You know what? We're going to read this. If you don't want to, if you're not interested in this, just skip this part, or maybe just watch or wait for the next episode just as you want to, because we're going to read this, and always, as in every role-playing Let's Play, you can always skip the parts where we read out certain books as you like, and if you want to stay, enjoy. The Trials of Ilnori, an autobiography. The last years living in Skyrim were the toughest. The snow was much colder than it once was, or maybe it was my years creeping up on me. The Nords have pretty much exiled me from all their cities, which is sad, considering I once helped them, many of some importance with their troubles. Primarily, these involved a group of Khajiit who were once members of the Dark Brotherhood. They went rogue, however, largely because of their dislike of the Brotherhood's tenets. That they never received the bonuses they believed they were due, only exasperated by the situation. I have no fond memories of them. They were as close to evil as you can imagine, but I came to infiltrate their group under the orders of the Mood. To the knowledge of my people, the Mood is only convened, and the royal succession is unclear. However, they do meet in secret quite regularly to discuss matters that affect the whole Skyrim, though more often than no little is accomplished. The Mood trust few outside their number, and often view even the other members of the Mood with suspicion, but after many small tasks and trials, I eventually gained their trust. Then, one night in late Frostfall, they tasked me to infiltrate a band of rogues that was causing havoc all over Skyrim. I was able to gain access to the band after sacking a small village with a few Khajiit I had met in a bar. I had heard they were part of a rogue group, so the night after the raid I approached them. After many drinks I asked them about it. They made quite a public point in denying its existence, but subtly indicated for me to come with them. Thus I was plunged into a world of darkness. I have the blood of innocent people on my hands. I'm told it was for the good of mankind, and though I've convinced... There's an apostrophe missing. I have convinced myself of to this, helped me to sleep at night, the darkness still lingers and haunts me. They called themselves the Shades of Secunda, and each member was required to have a mark burnt into them, a half crescent, moon dripping with blood. Soon after entering the band, I was submerged into a world of skooma, murder, smuggling, and betrayal. Their method of smuggling the skooma was ingenious, really. They would pack the wilds of skooma inside carcasses of Skyrim's prized deer. Although the deer carcasses were a bit bulkier than you might expect, no one questioned it, and they delivered the deer to traders throughout Cyrodiil. From there, we would go anywhere and everywhere in Tamriel. Many were murdered during my time among them, sometimes for profit, sometimes for revenge, sometimes just for fun. I tried my best to weasel my way out of performing any executions, and for the most part succeeded, but the faces of those slain still haunt my mind to this day. I can hardly hold a blade now without feeling weary, so much bloodshed and pain I have witnessed. One of my comforts, my only true friend in those times, was a wolf I befriended when I was in the wilderness, that I called Aranar. He was more loyal and trustworthy than any man or mare I have ever known, though even he was taken with a sight of gold. He was particularly fond of a bright gold necklace I had stolen, so much so that I had little choice but to let him wear it. No man ever dared try to take it off him, for fear of losing his hand, or more. You may wonder how the Shades thrived. Such were their many brutal atrocities that they had many ties with those power in Skyrim. Corrupt officials were everywhere, which is no small part of the reason the Mood hired me, but some were just being blackmailed into keeping silent. One night, early in Rain's Hand, I was with the Shades when they ransacked the town of Snowhawk. If any building was left unscorched, I don't recall, and all because the ruler of the city refused to export the goods. It was the boldest and bloodiest move I had ever made, and the sound of a woman and children screaming has never left my head. Over time, how long exactly I don't know, for it seems like one horrific nightmare, I was promoted within the Shades, eventually to a position of some importance, the rank of Reaver. I was then able to obtain the information for the Mood I had been looking for years. I had knowledge of the entire hierarchy of the Shades, those that were involved in the various stages in the smuggling and exporting of skooma, why specific people were going to be and had been murdered, and which officials were corrupt. With this knowledge, my work was done. One night I snuck away from the Shades, never to return. I gave what information I had to the Mood and left Skyrim forever. I could no longer stay there. Not only did the memories of what I had done there haunt me, but the Shades are not the ones to take betrayal lightly. We have a hit out on me, and for this, in an ironic twist of fate, returned to the Dark Brotherhood, who they despise so deeply. So I returned to my home, to Cyrodiil, though I had no place to go to. I have few memories of my early years. I don't even know my true name. Those memories that I don't have, I can't make sense of. It was because of this that I ended up in Skyrim, working for the mood in the first place. Despite all that, coming back to Cyrodiil felt great. The air was warm and everything was green. I had never been so content all my life. I built a cabin in the wooded hills where I planned to live out my days. Yet something still haunts me. Something beyond the screams of anguish and pain. Something beyond the torn and bloodied faces of those I'd seen butchered. An uneasy feeling that I shouldn't be resting in the hills. Whoopsie. Oh, I'm in the hills. I'm sorry. Oops. But I should be living with the wolves. Aruna died many moons ago and is buried in the Jural Mountains north of Riel, near some stone stairs on the Skyrim border. With him is my gear and my finger, which I lost to frostbite. I have no criminal record in the Empire or Skyrim, for there are few who could implicate me in the crimes of the Shades, but are left alive or bold enough to speak. I never told the mood what I had to do in order to get the job done, something I'm sure they're glad of. That in part is why I'm writing this book, although I have no doubt that you should talk to the mood, they will deny everything. They have spent a long time and many resources covering up what they did, along with the remains of Shades, which they have all but destroyed. You don't have to believe that I'm telling the truth. Simply believe that I did what I had to do. For this is more confession of my personal trials, written down as much for my own conscience as for others to read. I have no fear of death. I have seen too much of it, but if the Shades or Brotherhood ever catch up with me, I will welcome it. If they manage to best me. Until then, though, I will spend the rest of my days in this cabin and enjoy my life for what it is now. And these are the trials of Ilnori, and let's see what the Count has written. Oh, that is not much. Arinar, a wolf? My child? Could this Ilnori be my lost child? His attachment to the wolf seems evident. Perhaps his subconscious is trying to tell him something. I have managed to trace the source of the book to somewhere near Cyrodiil. When I get time and the courage, I will go there and see what I can find.